You have a quote that I found interesting where you said, "The problem is the loudest journalism in America is generally saying the least." Can you unpackage that?
With our show, no one in their right mind would try and do a show about prison health. No one wants to hear about that. But they should know about it, and so we're going to force feed it to them. And we're in a very, very lucky position because we don't have the commercial pressures that other certain news outlets do have. So we are lucky to be able to follow whatever interests us and force feed it to people, but they can't or won't do that. And so you are left with, kind of yammering talking heads who on TV who are really not talking about much. And that's the problem with being in a perpetual election cycle. And we're in an election year now. It never really feels like the election year stops. That's the problem, right? And that takes out all the air from a room because you're just talking about people, but candidates, like politicians, whereas policies are much more important than politicians. But we are focused on the personalities, and that's easy to do, but it's not the most important stuff.
Which do you remember fonder? Shoveling oats as a factory worker or working the phones for someone who trafficked and stolen kitchen appliances?
I did do both of those things. There was one odd job that I had that one summer when I was a kid. I was a cashier at like an independent little supermarket. It was whenever there were price stickers on things and you had to input it. To make the day go, interestingly, I kind of had a kind of dynamic pricing system for people. So the people, like, I would overcharge some people so I could undercharge others. So it was basically operating my own kind of taxation system on, I know that you came up in a nice car. Bad news, these beans are going to cost more than you think. This woman comes in with 4 kids, these beans are going to be half price for you. And it made it work. So it was like my perfect version of making...
You're like a Robin Hood.
We shall